my recipe for creamy grits. This is my prison lineup of ingredients that we're going to use in making the grits. Garlic powder, I use that as a healthier alternative to salt. Black pepper, of course the grits, feta cheese, and again a healthy alternative to butter, smart balance. So if you recognize any of these ingredients, please report them to your local authorities. So start off with the pot, a little less than half full. In any case, you can always add more water if you don't have enough. So put this on high, and we'll bring this water to a boil before putting anything in it, and we'll come back when the water is boiling. Okay, welcome back. The water's boiling, and I'm going to now pour some grits slowly into the boiling water, and I like to stir it as I pour it in, so this way it doesn't clump up. And I can't really give you any measurements because my mother taught me this, and she did it all by eye, and I had to learn. It took me a year to get this all good so it worked right because I didn't have any precise measurements. But after a while I got it, and so you may not take as long as a year to get it straight. So I put just enough so I get some coverage in the center of the grits, and I see a little bit of water on the side. So that lets me know from my experience that I don't have too much. So now I'm going to I had the water high, and I'm going to bring this down to a medium boil. And I have to work fast because this will boil over. This will just go all out the pot. So I put the butter in to slow it down. So that cools it off right away, takes the edge off. And now again the same thing with the garlic. I don't know how much to do, so I just kind of get some coverage on top. And kind of have some in the center and stuff on the side. And for some reason, I don't know why this happens, but the heat makes the garlic clump up, and then I just scrape it in. Now the black pepper, a little bit will go a long way, but I like it a little bit spicy. I like to kind of taste the pepper, so I'll put the same amount of pepper in, a little bit that will gather in the middle and leave some water on the side. So now what will happen next is that this will start to cook the grits. So, and these are quick 5-minute grits. I never really count to 5 minutes. I just go by looking at when the grits look like they're done. And the more you stir, the looser the grits will get. Now, if by chance you put the grits in and it does clump up, you can just push it to the side to get the clumps out. So I don't have any clumps. That might have been good to do for a demonstration, but I think you can get the idea. So if there's any clumps, you just push them to the side and flatten it out, so that way you don't get any bricks in your grits. So now the fork you can use to see, like that's too soupy. So we'll be using a fork from time to time so I can give you a visual way to judge when the grits are done. So if you stir too much, they'll stay soupy. So you don't want to do that. So you just stir from time to time. So I'm going to stop stirring now, and we're going to come back a little bit later when they're a little bit more solid and less soupy. Okay, so now you see it's bubbling. You're about halfway there. So it's still not quite. So now when I put the fork in, you can see a little bit more stays on there, but it's still a little bit too soupy. But it's not quite dripping like it was before. So it stays for a moment and then it goes through. So I'm gonna let this cook a bit more. Okay, welcome back. The grits are getting thicker. You can see them popping, and you may see that when it's bubbling, it's popping pretty high, and you can get burnt with these hot grits. So you don't want that to happen. So you can remove it from the heat. Now if you're using a fork, you're definitely going to get popped. But if you remove it from the heat, that decreases the chances. But if you use a longer spoon, then you have a better chance of not getting popped. However, if you do get popped, you can put some butter on it real quick, and that'll take the sting out of it. And you can continue cooking. Okay, so this is getting pretty thick here. So let's do our fork test. See what's going on. So now you can see it's slowly dropping through the fork. Not quite as fast as it was before. So we're almost there. And this will be very close to being done. So we'll let this cook a little bit more and come back to it. Okay, welcome back. Let's give it another stir. Well, I can feel a little bit of resistance when I'm stirring, but that's a good sign that it's done. I've got to feel some weight holding the spoon back. So let's do our little fork test. Now that's good. See, when that initial, I get a nice good scoop when I go in, and it slowly goes through. Now by the time I put this on the plate, it's still going to keep cooking because it's hot. It'll be just the right consistency, and there won't be any drippage at all. But I'm going to let this cook a little bit more. And also, if this gets too thick right away, you can add water anytime, and that's the key to maintaining that consistency, is that you can add water. So never be worried if you start off with a little bit of water and then it cooks too quickly, then it gets too thick. And also you can do this to your own taste too, because this might be good for you. I like it a little bit thicker. Okay, so let's let that thicken up a little bit more, and then we're going to put it on the plate, and breakfast will be done. Okay, we're back. The grits are really good and thick now. And that's good. That's really slow. That's about what I like to see. So now I'm going to turn this off. And again, I'm keeping it on the stove because it's going to continue to cook. And let's say you want to come back for more. You can put a top on it, and you'll still have some nice hot grits to do. So now what I do is I put some feta cheese on the plate first, down in the center, and so now I'll go in and spoon out some grits. Now that may be enough for some people, but I'm greedy, I like a big breakfast, so I'm going to put some more, fill it up. Now also sometimes I have eggs with my grits and bacon. I have a nice full breakfast, but this is just about grits, not anything else, so we'll just stick with that for today. So now, wash the fork off so no grits get inside the butter, because I like butter. Now the butter we put in there flavored it, but if you want a nice buttery taste, you can put butter on top. So let that melt into it, and then on top of the butter, put some more feta cheese. And I like to stir everything in. So now these grits are ready to eat. And if you like breakfast in bed, you have a nice serving tray made out of a cutie box, and put that on, and it fits right comfortably. Look at that, a nice made shelf there. Put that right on, and you're ready to go. And these are country style grits, I guess. I don't know what the name of it, but you can call it country style if you want. My mom's from the country, so that's it. That's the name of it. Country style grits with feta cheese.